Cast your body unto Jesus, for He cares for you. Cast your body unto Jesus, for He cares for you. Cast that sickness unto Jesus, for He cares for you. Cast the challenges unto Jesus, for He cares for you. If you have a problem, you don't know where to go, come to Jesus. He's in control. If you are sick and tired, you don't know where to go, come to Jesus. He's in control. He's in control. He's in control. Master Jesus, He's in control. He's in control. He's in good control. Master Jesus, He's in control.
Thank you. Bow your head and give thanks to God for His mercy and favor over your life, over your family, your career, your business. Ask Him for mercy.
Baissez vos têtes et demandez la miséricorde de Dieu sur votre vie, sur votre famille, sur votre carrière. Ouvrez votre bouche et priez.
Misericordia de Dios en su carrera, en su familia. Eleven sus voces ahora y oración en nombre de Jesús.
In Jesus Christ's name we pray. And everybody say amen. Clap for your testimony. Amen. That is it. When you clap, heaven is aware. Not rubbing your hand as if you want to rub your oil. You clap until you feel some impact, until your heart itself join your hand. You clap until your heart does what? Join your hands and begin to clap. That kind of clap attracts presence of God. Thank you for your time. Have your seat. Thank you very much. The Lord is good and all the time. Yes, look at your neighbor. Say, neighbor, God is always closer to you. I can hear you again and again. But you don't see Him. You expect to see angel with two wings flying. Thus says the Lord. Listen, woman. You don't know any man. By this time next year, you shall have a baby. Are you married? You want to see God like that? Are you married? That is how we expect to see God nowadays. You don't know that God can pass through a stone. A stone. A stone. A stone. A stone. God can pass through a stone and change the destiny of your family. A stone. A stone. You are waiting for angel to appear to you. The Lord have sent me. Are you not seeing me with a white garment? I'm coming from heaven. You will see the devil if you are waiting like that. That is how we have looked Christianity. Look beyond what your naked eyes show you, and look into what your faith eyes show you. Look beyond what your naked eyes show you, and look into what your faith eyes show you. Oh, if you look beyond, there will be an unseen force. The unseen force dominates the force of darkness operating in your life. But you are not seeing beyond. The Bible says there were multitude of people that followed Jesus. But the woman with the issue of blood saw beyond the Jesus they were following. And he saw her healer, and healing came. What are you looking at? How are you seeing God? Let's look at Matthew 11. And the word that has come out from my mouth now, you don't even know where it is coming from. Matthew chapter 11 from verse 1 to 5. Just a reminder on what we ought to know. Matthew chapter 11 verse 1 to 5. I read in the Spirit of the Lord. And it came to pass, when Jesus had made an end of commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. Now when John had heard in the prison the works, somebody say works. Now when John had heard in the prison the works of Christ, he sent 2 of his disciples, and said unto him, Art thou he that should come, or do we look for another? Jesus answered and said unto them, Go and show John again those things which ye do hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. I take verse 4 and verse 5 again. Jesus answered and said unto them, Go and show John again those things which ye do hear and see. The blind receive their sight, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. May the Lord bless his word. What does this mean? You are waiting for God for many years today, but God is in your midst without knowing. Christ is coming, Christ is coming, Christ is coming. Christ. You have been waiting for him. He is in your midst without knowing. John, whom Jesus Christ of Nazareth recommended, the only prophet that was recommended by Jesus was John as a great prophet. Jesus said, John is the greatest prophet born of a woman. But this John was blind to see and to know that this is the Jesus. And he baptized him. But when it came a time he was blind to know this is Christ. Many of us, we are blind. We are blind. We have men of God closer to us. We keep looking for others. That is what this place is talking about. A whole John, a prophet, said, Are we to wait for another prophet? Or are you the... Jesus was shocked. He sent back his apostles. So go back and tell him, the blind see, the dead are raised, the lame walk. If he could use his senses to reason it out, that I am the one. Look at us. How do you want to know this place, God is here? How? Or you want to see an angel with 5 wings saying, God is here, God is here, God is here. You will see Satan. Listen to me, people of God. When God manifests his power through the Spirit by his love, you have nothing to do or to say again, just to submit and worship. When God manifests his power through his Spirit by his love, you have nothing to say or do again, just to submit and worship. You have been asking a lot of questions. Is God here? Is God here? John the Baptist also asked the question to Jesus Christ, whom he, John, baptized and told the people, this is Christ. It came a time, John the Baptist said, are you sure you are the one? Look at. Or we should wait for another. That is it. Who knows who is standing before you? You don't know whether it's that God you say God will come in 2,000 years. You don't know whether this is him. You don't know. You think Jesus will come again with a white man face? He will use this my small face and appear to you. Say, Jesus. He came in those days in Arab continent. Today you don't know he can come through Bafut or Egbeko. Clap for yourself. Say Jesus. Prophet, why are you shaking? When you shake much, your faith shakes. Tell your neighbor. John baptized Christ. That same John told the people, stand! This is the one I've been preaching about. He comes. Here comes the King of the Kings. And Jesus came. And John refused to baptize him. He said, you are greater than me. I cannot baptize you. Jesus said, do it for the sake of righteousness. That same John doubted Jesus and sent his apostles, go and ask him, is he the one or we should wait? Jesus was embarrassed. He told them, he never answered them straight as a spiritual man normally. He said, go and tell him, the blind see, the lame walk, the deaf hear, the dead are... When they ask you, well, the God you are serving is it? Say yes. The blind see. The deaf hear. What do you want again? Okay, you want the people that are not blind to be blind. The people that are not deaf to be deaf. That is what you are looking for. And that is what you see. I am so much disturbed when I see men shaking, because your faith will shake. The moment you shake, your faith also shakes. The moment you stand, your faith stands. That was why Moses said, stand still, fear not. For the Egyptians you see today, you shall see them no more. Stand still, fear not. When you shake, everything, your business shake. Your career shake. Even your health shake. Jesus told him, the blind see. John, the lame walk. The poor, they are being preached the good news. Dead people, I resurrected them. They receive life. What do you want again, John? What? What do you want, temple again? What? Here the blind see. The lame walk. Good news is preached even to those who don't go to school. God is everywhere. Tell your neighbor. It is left for you to see him. Again and again. It is left for you to see him. God is everywhere. Now, who do you see here? Huh? Come on, madam. What do you see here? Who do you see now?
God.
God.
Yes.
That is very correct. Sir, come. Just stand. Don't hurry to move. Who do you see?
I see Jesus.
You see Jesus. From this side. Come on. Come. Who do you see?
I see God.
You see God.
Yeah.
All right, from this side. Who do you see, sir?
I see Jesus.
You see Jesus. People of God, from all the references, all are correct. But when you see man, you are limited. But when you start to see the spirit behind the man, you are already seeing your salvation, your healings, your deliverance. John said, should we wait for another? Jesus said, the lame walk, the blind see. After that, John, the mouth of John was closed. Tell your neighbor, from today, I will tell people, the lame walk, the blind see, the deaf hear. Life is given to the dead. Thank you. Clap for Jesus Christ. So, it is a good thing to have faith. It is the best thing to grow faith. It is very good to have faith, but it becomes the best to grow faith. Faith is like cup. You cannot use a 5 liter of a jug and go to the river and fetch water for 20 liters. When you get a 5 liter of jug, you go to the river, you fetch 4 liters or 5 liters. You can't fetch 10 liters. That is faith. The amount of faith you have determines the level you will see God. The amount of faith you have in God determines how far you will see God. If you take 1 liter now, you go and fetch water. Your water will be 1 liter. If you take 20 liters, the water will be how many liters? 20 liters. So therefore, your faith, the level of your faith, determine how you see God. How do you see God? How do you see God? Your faith. It is your faith that acts like spiritual eyes to see him. John, what happened? We don't know. John knew Jesus as the Messiah until a dove came and landed on Jesus. John said, have you seen? This is the Messiah. That same John, I don't know what happened. And he said, are you the one or we wait? Jesus said, the blind see, the lame walk. So my response to everybody is, Prophet Boris, are you from the Holy Spirit? The blind see, the lame walk. The gospel is preach. Carry me to the highest court. Thank you very much. Carry, I know your highest court should be marketplace. There's no other court you know. It is in marketplace where they sell tomatoes and pepper. That is where discussion pass. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. That is where discussion passes. God can design a rack to bring glory in your life. A rack, that is what you don't expect, what you don't cherish, what you don't honor, to bring honor to you. So please, whenever you see a man speaking the name of the Lord, whether it is not your position to judge where he is coming from, honor him because of the name of the Lord. The rest, leave it for God. Whether he is not of God or he is of God. When a man takes Bible and says, Jesus, honor him because of the name of the Lord. The rest, leave it for the Lord. The Lord will handle him. Whether he is not of him or is of him, the Lord is in control. It is time that will tell. So thank you for your time. Jesus is with you. Don't be like John. Tell your neighbor, don't be like John. I can't hear you. The prophets are with you. The apostles are with you. God's servants are closer to you. Don't be like John.
He's the mighty man in battle. The beginning and the end. missionnaire.